Why is he not proposing? 1. Men's reluctance to marry can stem from a variety of social, psychological, and economic factors. First, societal changes have shifted perspectives on marriage. Traditional pressures to marry have lessened, and many men no longer see marriage as a necessary milestone for personal fulfillment or social acceptance. Cultural shifts have also led to more acceptance of long-term cohabitation without marriage, allowing couples to enjoy many benefits of a marital relationship without the formal commitment. Furthermore, the fear of divorce and its financial and emotional consequences can make men hesitant. The prevalence of divorce and its associated costs, both monetary and psychological, serve as significant deterrents. Men often worry about the potential loss of assets, child custody battles, and the emotional toll of a failed marriage, leading them to prefer the perceived safety of non-marital relationships. 2. Second, economic factors play a crucial role in men's reluctance to marry. Financial instability and the pressure to achieve certain economic benchmarks before marriage are significant deterrents. Many men feel the need to be financially secure before committing to marriage, fearing that financial difficulties could strain the relationship. This concern is amplified by the high costs associated with weddings, homes, and raising children. The economic pressure to provide can be overwhelming, especially in societies where men are traditionally seen as the primary breadwinners. Additionally, career aspirations and the desire for financial independence can lead men to prioritize their professional goals over marital commitments, delaying marriage until they feel more economically stable. 3. Psychological factors, including the desire for personal freedom and the fear of commitment, contribute to men's hesitancy to marry. Many men value their independence and fear that marriage might limit their personal and social freedoms. The idea of being tied down to one person for life can be daunting, particularly for those who value their autonomy. Commitment issues often stem from past experiences, such as witnessing the negative impacts of marital conflicts or divorces within their families or social circles. These experiences can create a deep-seated fear of making the same mistakes, leading to a reluctance to enter into a binding commitment. Furthermore, some men may struggle with the pressure to meet the emotional and practical expectations of a spouse, feeling inadequate or unprepared for the responsibilities that come with marriage. In conclusion, the decision to marry is influenced by a complex interplay of societal, economic, and psychological factors, all of which contribute to the increasing trend of men delaying or avoiding marriage altogether. 4. Men's reluctance to marry is influenced by complex factors that extend beyond financial and societal pressures. One significant reason is the evolving landscape of personal and relationship expectations. Many men today prioritize personal development, career goals, and lifestyle flexibility over traditional marital commitments. This shift in priorities often means that men are more focused on achieving a certain level of personal satisfaction and professional success before considering marriage. The desire to travel, explore various career opportunities, and engage in personal hobbies without the constraints of a marital commitment can be compelling. For some, the freedom to make spontaneous decisions without needing to consider a partner's preferences or the implications for a family life is highly valued. This quest for independence and self-fulfillment can delay or deter the decision to marry, as men weigh the benefits of their current lifestyles against the perceived constraints of marriage. 5. Another critical factor is the changing dynamics of gender roles and expectations within relationships. Historically, men were often viewed as the primary providers and protectors in a marriage. However, as gender roles have evolved, so have expectations around partnership and equality. Men today may feel uncertain or apprehensive about their roles within a marriage, especially if traditional norms clash with contemporary values. The pressure to balance being a supportive partner, an involved father, and a successful professional can create a sense of inadequacy or fear of failing to meet these multifaceted expectations. Additionally, men may fear losing their sense of identity or personal space within the confines of a traditional marriage. The negotiation of household responsibilities, emotional labor, and financial contributions can be daunting, especially if men feel unprepared or unsupported in these areas. This uncertainty can lead to a reluctance to commit, as men grapple with the potential loss of autonomy and the challenge of navigating new relational dynamics. 6. Finally, the influence of past experiences and societal narratives around marriage and relationships cannot be underestimated. Many men grow up witnessing the complexities and conflicts within their parents' marriages or those of other couples in their lives. These observations can lead to a fear of repeating negative patterns or experiencing similar hardships. The rise in high-profile divorces and the portrayal of marital strife in media also contribute to a more cautious approach to marriage. Men may fear the emotional and financial repercussions of a potential divorce, including the division of assets, custody battles, and the societal stigma attached to failed marriages. This fear is compounded by the modern narrative that suggests marriage is not always the ultimate indicator of a successful or fulfilling relationship. Alternative relationship models, such as long-term cohabitation or open relationships, are increasingly viewed as viable options that can provide the emotional and practical benefits of marriage without the legal and social complications. These changing perspectives encourage men to consider a broader spectrum of relationship structures, ultimately contributing to a more hesitant approach to traditional marriage. 7. Men's reluctance to marry can be attributed to evolving relationship dynamics and personal preferences. One significant reason is the shifting perception of long-term commitments. Many men today view marriage as an outdated institution that doesn't necessarily align with their modern views on relationships. They may believe that true commitment doesn't require a legal or formal binding, thus preferring cohabitation or long-term partnerships without marriage. This perspective is reinforced by witnessing relationships where the lack of a marriage certificate doesn't hinder the love or commitment between partners. Additionally, men often feel that marriage could potentially complicate a relationship, introducing legal and financial complexities that they would rather avoid. The idea of navigating potential alimony, property division, or custody issues in case of a divorce makes the prospect of marriage less appealing. This modern approach to relationships allows for greater flexibility and adaptability, which many men find more suitable to their lifestyles and preferences. 8. Another significant factor is the increasing emphasis on individual fulfillment and personal growth. Men today are more focused on their personal and professional development, often prioritizing these over settling down. The pursuit of career goals, personal hobbies, and self-improvement can take precedence over the commitment to marriage. This shift is partly due to the societal encouragement of personal success and the growing acceptance of diverse life paths. Men may feel that they need to achieve certain milestones or reach a particular level of self-actualization before considering marriage. This period of self-focus can extend well into what were traditionally considered prime marrying years, thus delaying or even dismissing the idea of marriage altogether. The fear of losing personal freedom and the ability to pursue individual goals without constraints can also deter men from marrying. They may worry that marriage could limit their opportunities or force them into a role that they are not yet ready to embrace, thus choosing to remain single or in non-marital relationships until they feel fully prepared.